need to kind of set this up here, Kim. So why don't we go ahead and show the orange slide, which should be next. Yep. So Dashers aren't being paid the same. So some are being favored over others. Now, to really set this up for you guys, I want to either read or have Kim read the definition of how base pay is calculated. So base pay is DoorDash's base contribution for each order. This will range from $2 to $10+ when a Dasher chooses to earn per order, depending on the estimated time, distance, and desirability of the order. Deliveries that require Dashers to travel a longer distance, that are expected to take more time, and that are less popular with Dashers will have a higher base pay. Base pay will not change based on the customer's tip amount. Okay, so here's the takeaway that I want everybody to have from this. The order becomes less desirable, okay? That's really the biggest thing. How do we know an order is less desirable? Well, it gets declined. Mm-hmm. So drivers decline it. Yeah. And historically speaking, what we'll see is the base pay going up. So if you're sitting there and you're in a parking lot waiting around, chatting with another driver, their phone goes off. They're like, not very good, decline. Chances are pretty good historically that order was going to go up by 25 cents. So let's, with that out of the way, there's going to be some question about this. So I want to get ahead of this now. Why don't we show the next slide here? So here are Pam's stats on the left, and here are my stats on the right. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, these screenshots were not taken when we were doing this experiment, but not much has changed. Neither one of us have drastically adapted or adjusted the way we do anything. So we're sitting at the same customer rating. We both have a acceptance rate below 50%, which of course is the threshold for higher paying orders. So she's at a 93% completion rate. I am at a 90, which I typically hover right around 90, give or take a point or two. She's got a slightly better on-time delivery than I do, but we're both in the green. And lifetime deliveries, of course, are right there. So Pam is not in the LOP, nor am I. Neither one of us are in any goofy program. Okay, we don't have goofy program. Well, the LOP isn't goofy, but some of the other ones are. So
obviously my area is goofy program.
We got the goofy shit. So why don't we go ahead and pop up this next slide here. Looking at these two offers, going into this, I put the offer that came through first every time on the left-hand side of the screen. So the darker screenshots are from my phone. The lighter screenshots are from Pam. We were on the freeway when we got this order. We were tipped off a few minutes previous to these screenshots being taken because Pam had gotten an order, declined it because we were working on something else, and then it came through to my phone for like $3 less after she had declined it. So after that happened, we started taking some screenshots. So the one on the left is mine. $7.50 guaranteed, 9.9 miles. Okay. So it's important to note we were on the freeway, hence the slight discrepancy in mileage. So I declined that. And then DoorDash immediately sends it to Pam for what is that? $1.75 more, something like that. $1.50, $1.75. Mm-hmm. $1.75. So we thought that was a little odd. So when you decline an order, typically it'll go up in 25-cent increments, not $1.75. So we thought it was a little strange. But again, because technically I had gotten the order first and declined it, I don't want to focus too heavily on that one. So why don't we go ahead and look at the next one here, Kim? So this one we did. So we were already at Panda Express and we were picking up a Uber Eats order. So this ended up turning into a pretty sweet multi-app. So Pam got the order first for $8, going 3.8 miles. She declined it. I immediately got the order and accepted it at $7.75. So I had accepted it 25 cents less. Now, our assumption was that she was being shown the whole amount and I was going to see a 25-cent hidden tip. But as you can see from the screenshot on the right, that didn't end up happening. They just ended up paying me 25 cents less than they were going to pay Pam. So this one's only 25 cents. We're just getting started here.
So I'm not a number guy, but how much should be the difference based on what DoorDash mentioned before, and the base pay and the desirability of the order? Sorry about my French, but what should be the best amount, considering, yeah, that's a good word, that someone reject the order and the next driver accepted?
$8.25.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yep. And that's historically the way it's been. So they will decline an order and then it'll bounce to the next driver either for the same amount, so $8 or $8.25.
Okay.
So the fact that it went down is very inconsistent with, first of all, what they're claiming, but furthermore, the way that they've been doing things for at least the 3 years I've been driving, 3.5 at this point. So with this one, so the first one was a 25-cent discrepancy. This one's a little more. This one's 50 cents. Okay, so Pam got this order first. So paying $6.75 and going 4.9 miles. So at the time that we took these screenshots, that was the hidden tip indicator for my market. So anything $6.75 or above could potentially have a hidden tip. So she declined it. And then I got the order for $6.25, so 50 cents less. Now, it's worth mentioning we were driving again when we got these screenshots, so I would have went
more miles
more miles on mine, just ever so slightly, but still more miles.
Yes.
So when I got this came through at $6.25, which is below the hidden tip indicator. So I knew that there was not going to be any more pay. Like the amount that was shown was the amount that I was going to get. So at this point, we realized that something janky was going on with the pay. And so I needed more screenshots of the order summary screen to prove the discrepancy. So we took it. And of course, no shock. There was no hidden tip on an order that didn't pay enough to have a hidden tip. So some of you were going to think I'm crazy. I got this order first, paying $19.25. It was going 10.2 miles. Was picking up at a pizza place with way too many virtual restaurants. So we wanted to see if what would happen if Pam got the order. And she did. So she was offered the same order for, what was it, $2.25, something like that. I'm sorry, I'm not mathing quickly on the spot. More than I was. So, there's the possibility that it could have had a hidden tip for me. But at this point, the trend was not my friend. And the common theme that we were seeing was the base pay that I was accepting orders for was substantially less than the orders she was accepting. So, that's not a small amount when we're factoring in how many offers a driver's accepting every day. Like that would work out to be, potentially like $100 a month that a driver could be losing out on if they're a full-time driver.
And you received the other driver. I don't know who was the first one, but who was the first one who received?
So I got the order first.
So how long did Pam received it, like immediately?
She got it. Hold on one sec. I actually didn't crop these.
The same time, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like the circumstances change.
So I'm just curious, was Pam's orders higher every single time?
No. So, okay, that's actually a great question and a good thing to bring up here. Yeah. So this actually did not happen a majority of the time. So I just did a video about this and I ended up showing 11 examples in the video. We saw it happen in the course of a week, probably about 15 to 20 times. And so I just went with 11 examples because I was like, I don't need to make a 30-minute video on this. So it did not happen every time. The majority of the time we were offered either the same amount or the second driver was offered 25 cents more.
I'm just wondering, besides of whether it was a gender, like you always go to gender. Is it like a gender thing that, they're paying differently from men to women?
You know what? Beats me. But, we had sat there and, politicked about this and tried to figure out what was going on. And at the end of the day, all we could come up with was it was just DoorDash being DoorDash. So, they're playing games with our money. That's essentially what this boils down to.
I feel like with DoorDash, like as a driver, you're negotiating with AI. AI being DoorDash. Like, I feel like a lot of times AI is like, I wonder how low some of these orders can go before a driver accepts it. Okay, we're going to throw it out to this driver for this amount of money. Okay, we're going to, like if they're going to decline it, we'll throw it. I feel like it's a whole AI negotiation when it comes to sending orders to drivers.
I want to respond to that, but maybe not in the way that you're thinking. So one of the most common theories that I heard in my comments was that Pam or that I accept offers that pay less than Pam does. And like I've trained DoorDash, so to speak, that I will accept the order for less than she will. And, if she's still in the comments, I think she can agree with me or disagree with me. But Pam is an expert multi-apper. Like there is not a damn person that I know who drives who's better at multi-apping than Pam. So she will frequently accept orders that pay less on DoorDash than I ever would because they're going in the same direction and she knows they're going to be ready. So if you want to go like tit for tat with what I accept versus what she accepts, the average dollar value on what I accept is actually probably higher than what she accepts. So, I don't know what to tell people with this one. It's just DoorDash favoring one driver over another.
I feel like we're trying to figure it out. We're like, what's DoorDash up to?
Yeah.
Like we're all trying to like, could it be this? Could it be this? Could it be this?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm of the opinion, and Luis, Kim, please chime in on this if you guys agree or disagree. I'm of the opinion that we're doing the same work, right? None of us have any extra training than anybody else. Neither one of us have any like advertised priority. It's just one driver being favored with higher pay over another consistently. And I think that that's wrong. So this one, I want to bring attention to this order really quick. So Pam got it first, going 10.4 miles for $13.75, picking up at a place called Bob's Burgers and Brew. If you're in Bellingham, check it out. They got really delicious food. I got it less than 1 minute later, going the exact same distance, except I got it for $12.25. So, no spoiler here. The pay was the pay. I got $12.25. So, at this point, we were like, "What the hell? Like, what's going on here? Like, this is ridiculous. That's over 10 miles, and I just got shafted. Like, look at the base pay on that, Kim. Like, that's."
This is what drives me crazy. Because of this, we know DoorDash can raise the base pay. It kind of goes back to our conversation earlier about how they're saying that, longer distance orders, higher base pay. They have the ability. They're choosing not to pay DoorDash drivers the higher base pay to go higher miles. And that's
correct.
What drives me crazy.
And did you know what they did in California? You know that they have the Prop 22 there. So what they did was they increased because they do adjustments in a weekly basis in California based on time worked, active time, and they do an adjustment with the miles. So what they did was they start paying a higher amount of base pay, and drivers were like, "Wow, $8 base pay! This is I never had seen this before. It's crazy, the base pay." But why? Because the adjustment was lower. So in the end, they pay less to the driver. So yeah, definitely they can't move the because it's from 2 to 10, right? They in California, they move it like to 15. That's not true, but incredibly high just to pay less to the driver. So yeah, they can play with the base pay.
But this is just real quick. This is my thing about all of this though. Like, so say I'm not, we're like exposing DoorDash for, obviously, I'm going to call it wage discrimination of some sort whatsoever. The scary thing is we have a voice because we're on YouTube, right? So we have an audience. We're talking to everybody today. I would like to think that it keeps going further, but will it ever affect DoorDash that we're aware that this is happening? They're going to keep doing it until someone says, no, you can't. Like, there's nothing that's ever going to prevent them to stop doing this.
It's not going to change until they're
Right.
forced to legally change.
That's my point.
So there's something specific with this order I want to focus on here, though. So on my order summary screen after it was dropped off, I want you guys to look at that base pay. It was $3.75, and the tip was $8.50. Okay, so $3.75 and $8. Can we put up the next set of slides? Mm-hmm. So at this point, we reached out to support to find out, like, what the hell? Like we were wondering if they were stealing tips. So we reached out to find out. So actually, when I was in the restaurant picking up this order, Pam had reached out to support. So this is the conversation. So the support agent, hi, thanks for, contacting DoorDash. Anyway, Pam said, I was just offered an order for Bob's Burgers and Brew for $13.75 that I declined, but I'm wondering what the base pay was. And then the support agent asked her to confirm her first and last name, email, phone number. And then Pam responded before doing that. She said it was going 10 miles. And then I censored her personal information because, of course, you guys don't need it. So that's what's blurred out there is her name, her phone number, and her email address. So the support agent says, can I let me check on that order? Can you hold? Pam says, yes. So remember, I was offered, what was it? $3.75 in base pay with an $8.50 tip. The DoorDash rep comes back and tells Pam that she was going to get $5.25 in base pay and an $8.50 tip. So there's the discrepancy. It's in the base pay.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because that's my whole entire thing. They have the ability to raise our base pay. They just choose not to, and just pick and choose the times that they want to.
Yeah.
So let me try to understand. You accept the order.
Yes.
Pam reject the order.
Yeah. Can we go back a slide?
Pam call support and ask about the order that she reject, and they gave her the information.
Yes.
That's heavy, dude.
So yeah, they sometimes will. If you reach out to support, they sometimes will tell you the full breakdown of the pay. So yeah, but no, here you go. So she was offered $13.75 and I was offered $12.25.
Hey, Zach, Gigwise has a question for you.
Yeah. Side by side or in different. We were in the same car. So side by side, like we were right next to each other.
And based on the time, it's not like the durability, like the emergency of the is the same minute. So
yeah, the urgency to get it delivered has not shot up substantially in the 15, 20 seconds in between whoever got it first to second. So I'm of the opinion that this is, wage discrimination.
Thank you for checking out a clip of Money Hungry hosted by Zach from Zach Drives Fast and myself, Kim, from Kim's Side Money Plans. Join us every Wednesday live at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. If you are new to the RideShare Guy, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and make sure that bell is turned on so you know when the latest videos come out. If you're looking for the whole live, go check out this one right here. Bye, everyone.